So this is my breakdown for Jose Benavidez versus Jermall Charlo. It's gonna be a very good fight. I've been waiting on a fight like this for a long time. Jose Benavidez comes in, uh, being a very effective puncher, has a good amateur background, someone who's fought top competition. So this fight is not gonna be something he's not capable of fighting. Um, I feel like at this point he would have to use a lot more of his jab, but he tends to throw straight rights, and he likes to throw hooks, uppercuts, different things like that. He's a puncher at this point more than he is a boxer. He wants guys to get in exchanges with him, different things like that. He has a lot of power. I feel like if Charlo tries to get comfortable with him, it'll be very dangerous because a lot of things he likes to throw is punches you can't see. So if you try to get close in with him, it's going to be kind of dangerous. I know Charlo, he tends to be disciplined when it comes to throwing his jab and throwing punches at an effective distance, so he doesn't get caught with an uppercut and things like that. But you can still get into harm's way when you fight a guy like Jose Benavidez. He's not going to let you get any breathing room, or he's going to stalk you and walk you down. He can kind of push the jab out of the way, so it got to be effective. If you're just throwing a regular jab, he's not going to really pay much attention to it. He's going to put himself at risk. This is not going to be like a fight that other people seen with Shakur and De Los Santos. This is going to be the complete opposite. They're going to be trying to knock each other's heads off. I feel like Charlo will be aggressive in this fight. He has a nice jab. His jab is very strong. Guys really don't step into their punches a lot when he's throwing the jab. He kind of walks into it when he's throwing it. So if a guy sets something up around his jab, they can be effective. But the way he throws it is very accurate, very strong. Almost throws it like how Shakur Stevenson throws his. It's like pinpoint jab. That's why a lot of guys don't really try to headhunt on Jermall Charlo like that, because Jermall has a lot of effective punches. He has a good combination. He has a 1-2-3. He'll throw a straight right, a left hook, uppercuts. He has a very strong uppercut. He'll throw that a few times in the match, and most of the time he lands on his uppercut. So I feel like Jose Benavidez has got to be aware of that. Usually with him, like he said, I don't see him really getting knocked out, because he gets stronger when he goes up in weight. So I feel like him fighting at 60, I think it's 64, 60. I think 164, that'd be advantage to Jose Benavidez. I'm gonna tell you why. Because he's usually fought at lower weight class. He said that he feels comfortable. He usually doesn't use excuses. So if he feels comfortable, I'm gonna trust him on that. And I feel like Charlo, being at that weight, he'll be comfortable as well. He's been around there most of the time, so it's really not gonna be a big difference for him. But he hasn't been as active though. That's the thing. The only thing I'm worried about is he hasn't been as active. But he's always been in shape, so I'm not really worried about that. He looks like he's slimmed down a lot. I feel like he's gonna be well prepared for what Benavidez is gonna do. He's gonna be able to take his power punches well, his combinations well. But the angles that Charlo is gonna have to turn him with, that's gonna be he's gonna have to be mobile, have lateral movement. I feel like Charlo throws good right hands, straight rights and straight lefts and straight rights, because when he's moving laterally, he can throw punch, moving back and forth, and that'll kind of be effective against Benavidez. But I feel like Benavidez is going to pressure him though. A lot of fighters don't really. The most effective fighters against Charlo has been guys who's pressuring him. You know what I'm saying? His pressure is kind of when you get him to thinking too much, that's when you kind of have him at an advantage. But he tends to stay with his fundamentals. That's why he's very hard to beat. But if you can pressure him, and that's what Jose Benavidez likes to do, um, it's kind of like almost his weaknesses. Most of Benavidez's strengths are his weaknesses. It's kind of hard to pick against Benavidez in this fight because everything he likes to do, I don't think Jermall Charlo can really answer for. He has to be in great shape. I feel like it'll be a very, very, very close fight for Jermall Charlo, just because when they're going toe to toe, which is basically going to be their instincts when they kick in, I feel like Benavidez is going to be very effective in the exchanges because I don't think Jermall Charlo has been in there with someone who exchanges as fast as Benavidez does. I feel like Benavidez can get him clipped a couple times in the exchange. That don't mean he's gonna knock him out, but he's gonna be able to buzz him a few times with his hand speed and his power. He has a lot of power. Benavidez's power is very underrated. You know what I'm saying? He's a very tough fighter. Very good fighter too. He doesn't fight. He doesn't fight bad competition. He's used to fighting guys like this. So this will be more of a step up for, I would say, Charlo than it would be Benavidez. But Benavidez has had trouble with guys who are boxers. I feel like the jab is something that's not going to be as effective against him as it would be combinations. When you throw in combinations, he's not really a puncher who punches a lot. So the combinations is what's going to keep you away from him. When he stalks you, when he throws big punches and things like that, he'll start, that'll turn him into having combinations. Because the combinations I feel like he'll throw will be way effective. He likes to throw double hooks. He'll come in with a straight left. He throws a nice uppercut. Him and his brother, they'll throw double hooks or straight rights and then double hooks. So it's kind of an effective combination when you think about it. Because now you got guys changing their guard from up to bottom. And then that's when the power punch can come in and clip his chin. So I feel like Benavidez working that combination will be effective against Jermall Charlo because of the way his stance is and the way he holds his guard. He can move his hands pretty quickly, but it's just he's still leaving his chin open on the other side. So I kind of feel like a right hand or something like that, but I feel like his left will be more effective than his right. So Benavidez had to put some power in that right hand if he gonna catch Charlo open on that side when he's throwing a combination. But Charlo, he has a chin, man. Charlo has a chin. He has a chin. He has a chin. Benavidez has a chin too. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, Benavidez has a chin. He has a chin, believe it or not. I know he got TKO'd in the Terrence Crawford fight, but he wasn't on the ground. He was on the ropes, which is technically down, but he's not no hard out, man. That's for sure. He's not a hard he's not no easy out, I mean, man. Like he's not. He's a real deal when it comes to certain things. Exchanges, inside the ring, middle of the ring. He's not gonna be trying to chase nobody around. He's gonna make you fight. Counter, he'll attack first. Really doesn't matter. He does work off the counter a lot though. That's one thing I noticed with him. He works off the counter a lot. They're both in great shape. 12-round fighters. I feel like I don't know. They both have a lot of similarities. It's just Benavidez doesn't use the jab as much. But when he throws a jab though, like if he gets into the rhythm and he starts throwing the jab like he needs to, Yeah, it's gonna be a whole different fight for Jermall Charlo. I'm gonna say that right now. If Benavidez get into the rhythm, he start throwing the jab and working off that, it's gonna be a whole different fight. That's what I want him to do. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, he feel comfortable. Cause once you feel comfortable with your weight and your stamina and stuff like that, you'll see a guy say, "Okay, my body feels good enough to the point where I work a jab. I ain't gonna try to headhunt him the whole time." But if he don't feel comfortable, he headhunt, I'm like, I don't know. I wouldn't give him a good chance. But if it's the other way around, I would say yeah. Because I've seen Benavidez box guys before and do it the way I know he can, but I mean he can get in a slugger match too, but that's not gonna win you every fight though. Like when he was fighting Terrence Crawford, they were slugging at each other, but it wasn't like as effective as it would have been if he was boxing. He's a way better boxer. But sometimes he does it like he'll start boxing to get through a round if he needs to, but he'll go back to punching. That's why I said if he does it like half the fight, he'll definitely have a chance to win. This could be a fight like Tarver and Roy Jones, where like Roy tried to go in that box and Tarver rough him up, and go toe to toe. Could be one of those fights. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Jose Benavidez is gonna be ready though. I feel like he'll be in better shape if I had to give him an advantage on stamina. I've seen Charlo. I mean, his stamina has always been great. I'm just being criticizing for a little bit, just 'cause in this case for this breakdown. I feel like just Jose, his stamina ain't never been bad to the point where I feel like he ain't in good enough shape to go 12 rounds. I've seen Charlo get out hustled as far as in stamina, but the guy who did it, he's done it with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I feel like Charlo's stamina is up there with the elite. I'm just saying. In this case, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Benavidez got better stamina. Just being real. So in later fights, if you get later in the fight, if you get the gas in and thinking about, oh, I'm tired, let me take a round off. Yeah, that's what Jose gonna be waiting on. He gonna be like, oh, you trying to take a round off? Okay, let me go ahead and try to throw a haymaker on him. Get an uppercut. And I don't know, being out the ring that long, man. I don't know how much sparring he been doing. He might have been doing too much sparring. But them punches don't feel the same after sitting out for 2 years. So he gotta get used to taking them punches like that. Especially when Benavidez coming in like they're attacking. This would be the toughest fight Charlo had. By far. It won't even be close. I feel like the Korobov and all those fights kind of gonna be similar to this, but it's gonna be a lot of action. I don't feel like they're gonna be waiting around. And basically, I don't know. If Benavidez win this fight, he gonna be one of the guys. You know what I'm saying? So this is a huge fight for him. Very big fight. I feel like Charlo just gotta focus though when he come in this fight. If he go in there all mad and stuff like that, yeah, Benavidez gonna he gonna catch him. Definitely gonna catch him. So I don't know but like I said, Charlo has a good he got a good hook, uppercut. But Benavidez got a hook and an uppercut that can knock you out as well. So I don't know. They fight similar. They don't move as much. They not mobile. Like Charlo, he's mobile, but he's not super mobile. He's like, I guess, more mobile than the average person, but he don't move around like that. He move around if need be. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Benavidez is basically gonna have the advantage when it comes to in the inside. Even though he's a naturally smaller guy, that's just his boxing style. You know what I'm saying? I can't really. I know Charlo gonna try to come in and do certain things. He's gonna be the heavier guy, but Benavidez fight's way bigger than what he is naturally. It's gonna be a good fight. Very close fight. When I say very close, it's gonna be very close. I don't know if it's gonna be a knockout. You know what I'm saying? These guys don't really get knocked out like that. They really don't get knocked out. They'll be saying a lot. I mean, TKO ain't really a knockout. I mean, it is, but I'm talking about like for them to get knocked out and not get up. I don't know. It's kind of hard to predict in this fight. That's very hard for me to pick. If I would say, I would say, I don't know. I couldn't even pick right now as far as a knockout right now. Because Charlo has knockout power. And I can see him just coming out having a vengeance. But then I can also see Benavidez catching him. And Charlo trying to be aggressive. And he's tired. And he can't really stand that good. I can see that happening as well. So, I don't know. You know, Benavidez has a lot of tactics he does. He'll rough you up and do other things where you're not going to be necessarily boxing. Now, if Charlo is trying to just go in there and box like he usually does, it's going to be hard for me to see that. Because Benavidez is going to make it to a fight where he's going to be like, nah, I'm not going to want to see him box and go back and forth. Me and him just going to be punching and brawling. He made Crawford do that. Crawford was boxing, and then Benavidez was like, nah, we finna brawl. We not even finna box. We finna brawl right now. Ain't no jabbing, no nothing. This is what we finna do. But Crawford would naturally go back to boxing, but he'll still come back to fighting and brawling again. So it'll be that kind of fight, man. I'm telling you, Benavidez do that with everybody. He gonna let you try to fight your style after a while, but then he gonna change all that up. He gonna be like, nah, I ain't comfortable. And I know Charlo ain't gonna try to let somebody get him out of his style of fighter. He gonna be like, nah, I'm not trying to do all that until I'm ready to be punching like that. And that's where you gonna see a different side of Charlo come out. Where he gonna be exchanging back and forth. Whew. That's gonna be nice. I'm telling you. I'm saying it now. They exchanges. When Benavidez start making a punch, they gonna be throwing some hard punches. I feel like Benavidez got underrated hand speed. I feel like his hand speed is faster than what people realize. He was going step by step with Terrence Crawford when it came to the exchanging back and forth. So people gotta realize he has some good hand speed. Very good. I feel like he probably got Charlo in that department. So Charlo had to try to make sure his stuff calculated and turning angles too. If he's not turning, tell him he got a long day because he doesn't have head movement like that as well. You know what I'm saying? His head movement really isn't. He has a lot more than most people though. A lot more than Benavidez does, but Benavidez kind of gets those punches out the way. He'll knock them out the way and stuff like that. Like he has a certain way he goes about things. But I feel like at this point, see my wild card pick. If I had to pick, I would say Benavidez possibly knock down Charlo, go 12 rounds, he win. But from what I'm looking at as far as studying, I'm saying Charlo basically winning in 12, and that's how the fight gonna go. That's how I see it going. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I can see it going either way. But that last pick, I would say Charlo win in 12, but I can still see him Benavidez having a big chance. So it'll be a close fight. I don't know who really gonna win this fight. Honestly, I don't. They really don't fight. They're not as active as most people. They still have big fights, but they're not just that active right now. So I'm kind of like, I don't know, man. I wanted to go with Benavidez the whole time. But then I'm like, Charlo never out of shape. He got a chin. You know what I'm saying? He's been there with some very good European fighters, some very high skilled guys. So I'm like, I don't know if I can go with Benavidez, even though I want to. You know what I'm saying? Even though Benavidez is the fighter I want to pick, it's like, nah, I gotta go with Charlo 12. I would have said KO for KO Benavidez, but nah, I don't feel like Benavidez gonna let him KO. No, sir. He's not gonna get KO. If he get dropped, he might get dropped, but he's not gonna get KO. Nah, they gotta stop the fight or something. But nah, he's not getting KO'd though. So that's how I see it going. But that's all I got, man. After the fight, I'll put up my post review, see how everything going. But that's all I got for my prediction video. Like and subscribe.